Hello Cancers, so I'm doing your weekly reading for the 29th of September to the 6th of October, and we're going to take a look at your situation, why it's happening, what's going on in your blind spot, what is working for you and how it's likely going to play out as well, with of course guidance and healing messages at the very end. Okay, right, so the situation for this week: golden treasures. It says embrace experiences that have allowed you to grow and expand. The cave that you fear holds the treasures that you seek. That's a really, really loaded card. Yeah, the thing that you fear doing the most is pretty much what you're being asked to put your energy into this week, right? Obviously, it's nothing daft, okay? It's nothing stupid. Think along the lines of, if you're one of these Cancerians that prefers to be a bit of a wallflower, right? Doesn't really like to step outside the lines type thing, then this is asking for you to indulge yourself a little, right? Try it. Step outside the line. See what happens. The cave that you fear holds the treasures that you seek. So no more playing it small. No more shying away from the limelight, as it were, okay? Embracing the experiences that contributed to your growth. So if there are any resentments or any regrets, this is going to be the week for you to process those, okay? To see certain situations as opportunities for growth and expansion. Okay, yeah, it was at the bottom of the deck. Lead the way, so that's why. That's why you need to start colouring outside of the lines, right? Because you've to lead the way and light your own path. It says symbiotic relationship between the spiritual and the earthy. Listen to your gut instincts, right? So this message is all about spiritual growth and ascension. And you can do that through processing and surrendering those difficult experiences that you've been through, right? Send them back up to the universe, and that's going to help you with the next leg of your journey, as it were, because apparently the next leg of your journey is for you to lead the way. So it would make no sense for you to still be that shy little wallflower, right? You're not going to be able to be the shy little wallflower because you need to lead the way. Interesting. Right, let's find out more about this. Can you tell us more about the golden treasures for Cancers, please? Taking that calculated risk this week, Cancers, is going to pay off for you exponentially, okay? All right, can you tell us more about the situation for Cancers, please? What's this golden treasures? The Seven of Wands reversed with a Four of Wands in the upright position. Okay. Seven of Wands reversed, that indicates that you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, or you might start to feel a bit overwhelmed with the gravity of what's being asked, right? Some of you guys are definitely not comfortable at all having to take any of that spotlight. You're not comfortable with having any kind of attention put on you. For some, it's the worst nightmare, right? having a lot of people looking at you and, you know, you not knowing what's going on in their head, not knowing what they're thinking, right? But that's exactly what's being asked of you this week. Community energies with this Four of Wands. It's coming out in your reading, Cancers, as doing something in the community. You're not doing it for attention, but that's like a byproduct, right? The attention is the byproduct. So get comfortable with that idea of having people looking at you, watching you, listening to you. Okay? If you're coming from a place of confidence, then it's going to be a lot easier for you to say what you're needing to say and to be believable, right? Some of your concerns here is, but I don't feel that I'm very likable. And that's absolutely fine, right? I'm sure at some point the vast majority of us have had those particular concerns, right? So yeah, this is definitely going to be an exercise in confidence building. Okay, so why is this happening? Well, we've already seen why it's happening, because you're needing to lead the way, right? You need to be a confident, self-assured, self-validating leader in some capacity. So why else it's happening? Energy exchange. Be aware of energy exchange patterns, and it's time to replenish your energy. Are you giving too much of yourself to others who are not being reciprocal? Because that's the pattern that you're needing to recognize here, okay, with this energy exchange. Can you tell us more about this energy exchange for Cancers, please? Oh, that was nearly reversed then. You've got the Fool that's coming out squiffy. Okay, so I do get the impression, Cancers, that you're going to be pleasantly surprised as soon as you start colouring outside the lines, because there's this general assumption here in your energy where like people are going to be disgusting to you, or, you know, that they're just going to leech off you, something like that. And again, it's making you nervous and uncertain about having to take these necessary risks this week. Can you tell us more about the Fool? Yeah, Death, that's coming out squiffy as well. Fear of change. Okay, so usually when someone is afraid of change, it's because they've got a lot of really bad experiences in their past, where nothing good has come from them trying to change something. You're definitely trying and needing to change something this week, Cancers. There's this past toxicity that is... It's playing on you. It's weighing heavily on you. It's keeping you small. Can you tell us more about this fear of change? It's like someone's making the assumption, well, I tried to change things up before. It went badly, so why would it be any different now, type thing, right? Well, because now is the right time to change something. That's why it's going to be different this time. Yeah, the Four of Swords. Rest, rejuvenate, reevaluate, reconsider, meditate, right? It's very analytical energy, that Four of Swords. It's thinking before you act. Queen of Cups reversed. You have been taken advantage of. That's why you're pausing. That's why you don't feel comfortable changing something. I'm also getting the message here that some of you guys are afraid to hurt the feelings of another individual. Might be a Scorpio, an Aquarius, or a Libra. It doesn't have to be, okay? There seems to be, because again, you're being reminded of this energy exchange. Okay, you've been pouring yourself into a person or situations, and you've not been getting anything in return, right? So you've got to switch up your tactics, pour that energy into yourself, start. They're saying start fueling yourself, so that you will have the energy and the confidence required in order to change something here. What's this Queen of Cups reversed? Because I'm also reading that as spite. What's this Queen of Cups reversed for Cancers, please? With this energy exchange. They're saying here, Cancers, don't partake in anything spiteful. Okay, so if someone's being spiteful towards you, your best course of action here is to ignore them, because they are partaking in this dodgy energy exchange where they're putting spite out there. That's what they're going to harvest in return. Yeah, the Star, that's coming out squiffy. Says disappointments. There's a disappointment here, and I kind of feel like you're internalizing this disappointment. You're afraid to disappoint other people. You're afraid that something will end up being disappointing. But you're being told here with this hidden treasures, the cave that you fear the most, it contains the treasures that you're seeking and that you've to lead the way, right? So how do you handle disappointment? How do you handle individuals who are acting up in a disappointing way, right? Who are being unsupportive, who are being spiteful? Like, how do you handle that? Because I'm kind of getting the impression here that some of you guys have been trying to convince the other parties that you're not that bad, and that's a waste of your energy. You've been wasting your energy convincing horrible people that you're a good person, instead of you redirecting that back into yourself here. Right. So this is happening this week to draw your attention to where you've been putting your resources, as it were, right? Incorrectly. Okay. What's in your blind spot? Willpower. Apply discipline and focus. It says the stronger your will, the stronger your ability to persevere and successfully achieve your goals. So willpower in your blind spot. Right. Your determination. I'm feeling this as you digging deep and finding the resources within you that you didn't even realize that you had, right? And when you consider as well that your major arcana, the Chariot, is literally a card of willpower, and then you're getting willpower in your blind spot, it indicates to me something really special about your own natural abilities, your abilities to really get things done in the face of adversity, because you've got more willpower and dedication than you give yourself credit for, I feel. What's this willpower doing in Cancer's blind spot, please? The Six of Cups. It's nostalgic energy. What's that doing there? the Hierophant and the Three of Pentacles. There's a belief, there's an old belief system that's being challenged in your blind spot. Is you having the willpower to ask a lot of questions, right? You're asking a lot of questions. Can you tell us more about this energy for Cancer's blind spot, please? The Fool reversed. And the Queen of Swords. That's someone going, stop. We're not doing that. We're not doing that anymore. That was the old way. This is now the new way. So in your blind spot, you're using your willpower to create, I kind of feel like a new list of rules that you are expecting yourself to follow, but I feel like you're making a new list of rules for someone else. It's like, okay, this is how we're going to do things from now on, because the old way of doing this, it's not working. It's not working. There's no progress when we keep just going over the same old routine time and time and time again, expecting something to change. It hasn't changed yet, so now let's try it my way. Let's do it this way instead. You're finding that power in your blind spot to lay out that new set of rules. You're telling someone to stop. The Fool reversed and the Queen of Swords. Stop. Your way of doing this isn't working. It's not been working for a while. Let's do it this way, this new way instead. Okay. So yeah, you are leading the way. Okay. So what's working for you? Evolution. Yeah, it is time to evolve. It's time. It sounds cheesy, but they're saying it's time for you to sprout your wings, right? It says every mountain represents an opportunity to climb even higher. Right, so a person doesn't know their true strength and power until they come under a lot of pressure. That's literally what's going on in your energy this week, Cancers. They're saying that this is part of your growth, this is part of your evolution, and to take the leadership role, it's in your DNA. Right, I know that that's not actually DNA, but it's very reminiscent of the DNA strands, right? Okay, can you tell us more about this evolution for Cancers? Three of Swords, evolving from the pain, the disappointments, evolving from the spite and envy that may or may not be coming from an external source, right? Evolving from depression here as well. There's definitely recovery. There's recovery. Someone is now no longer going to be a prisoner to their feelings. Okay. Can you tell us more about what is working for Cancers this week, please? Oh. The Five of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. That's a loss. That's a loss. But it's not a negative loss, okay? Because this is no longer feeling abandoned, no longer feeling sad, no longer feeling unloved, okay, no longer living in regrets, no longer feeling like a failure or a disappointment here, okay? It's pessimistic energy. Someone is evolving, you are evolving. If this is you, Cancers, you're evolving on from all of that sadness, regrets, Okay, it's possible that you might have to close out a connection or a relationship this week, and that's going to help you to evolve into this next how do I describe it, that this next, I can't think of the word right now. It's going to help you to evolve into it's the person that you're supposed to be, right? But I can't think of the exact word right now. It might involve starting again in some capacity with this Page of Pentacles, right? Because that's student energy, that's learning something for the first time. But this is about you and yourself and your evolution. It's about your growth. It's about you no longer doing things the old way, aka what works for everyone else, because that's not working for you. Someone might not be happy with that. And you know what? Cancers, that's absolutely fine, because if they need to go, then they need to go. There's not a problem, right? How this is likely going to play out: clear and activate, create a sacred space, cleanse your environment. That includes individuals who are holding you back, okay? It includes any negative thoughts, any self-limiting beliefs, anything like that. Cleanse your environment. You might wish to start this off in the physical, right? Clearing out your immediate vicinity from any trash, anything that you're just holding on to for the sake of holding on to it, okay? Decluttering your living space, and then you're going to want to take that internally. You're going to want to start doing the emotional work as well, right? Clearing out all of the negative thoughts that you have about yourself. I mean, we literally started off your reading here where somebody was believing that they were inherently unlikable. That's a negative ass thought. That's going to be holding you back. Definitely. Yes, that is going to be affecting this energy exchange that goes on every single day that we're not even consciously aware is going on, right? So anything like that, you're clearing away. It says don't participate in gossip or jealous activities, right? So if someone is bringing their gossip to your door, don't get involved. We had the message up there. Four of Swords and the Queen of Cups reversed. Don't engage in anyone who is bringing spite to your door. Consider the energy exchange. Consider the energy exchange that is created when we indulge ourselves in gossip, right? When we're feeling jealous, what kind of energy exchange is going on there? Right? You can turn jealousy into something that's very useful and beneficial just by observing who or what you're feeling the jealousy about, okay? What qualities do they have? What is it that they're doing? And see if you can incorporate the elements that you admire that is triggering any feelings of jealousy. What elements can you incorporate into your own life and put in your own spin on it? Right? Jealousy doesn't have to be inherently bad, evil, or negative. It can be very, very useful because it's showing us, oh, I would quite like to do that. Or, oh, yeah, I would quite like to start partaking, right? So you can do it. You can do it. Can you tell us more about this clearing energy for how this is likely going to play out for Cancers, please? That's a tired energy, that one. I'll take a look at that in a minute. Can you tell us more about this clearing message? Okay, Ten of Cups. So the tired energy is the Knight of Wands. that's a contradiction, because the Nine of Wands is very energetic, it's very excitable, it's very bouncy, it's very, oh man, that was fantastic. What's the next thing, right? Incredibly adventurous, very much doing things differently, going against the grain, a bit of a rebel, right? But the energy behind that is fucking exhausting. I'm looking at that and it just feels tiring, right? So you might not at the moment have the energy levels to partake in the shit that you're wanting to partake in, because your energy has been getting spent elsewhere, on other things, on other people, right? And then you've got the Ten of Cups, which is one of your apex cards. It's your happy ending, it's completion, it's happiness, safety, security, it's home, it's family, right? What is it here that's cluttering up your home? What emotions is it that is tiring you out here, that is stopping you from enjoying quality time here with your family? You've got the King of Wands, a Six of Pentacles, your major arcana, and then the Page of Cups with the Star. So someone's got you feeling like you're the one that has to apologize for everything, like you're the one that always has to make the first fucking move. That's what's tiring. You're dealing with someone specific that is draining you. You have to take the lead and put your foot down. What else for Cancers, please? What else for Cancers? It's time for you to create a sacred space, if possible, within your home, okay? And that's going to be your place and only your place, where no one else is allowed to go there, and where you can go there completely undisturbed, okay? You're a lot tougher than you think you are. Yeah, we saw that in your blind spot. Life isn't a sprint, it's a long race, and you're not in it just to win. And don't compare your life to others. Your journey is your own. Yeah, it is uniquely your own journey. Right? So someone is feeling really quite down on their luck at the moment. That's who needs this reading. Never compare your own journey to others, okay? Because the same as when other people compare your journey to them, you're going to have shit that you've had to go through that nobody knows about, right? Same deal, vice versa. They're going to have shit gone on in their lives that no one else knows about, yeah? I'm going to get you another card, because again, that tired energy is really creeping through now. It's quite, it is quite overwhelming for me trying to read through this, because the air, it just feels really heavy. Right, look, comparing yourself to others, it keeps you stuck in a cycle of guilt and shame, and continues to separate you from your blessings. It keeps you small. Understand that everyone has their own journey, which always unfolds in divine timing. Your time will come. So you've had that message that's come out twice, right? So either you, Cancer, are going through this dark time where it's tempting to compare your life and your journey to others, and to basically assume that others have had, you know, a much easier time of it, which, you know, it's understandable. We've all done it at some point. Or this is the reverse, and this is someone else comparing your life to theirs and then giving you a hard time and then being a bit of a see you next Tuesday towards you because they are incorrectly assuming that you've had it so good, that you've had it so easy, right? So you just have to use your discernment about what direction that energy is coming from. But yeah, let's take a look at this one. Of course you will make mistakes, but the biggest one would be not to try. That's literally, your readings come full circle now, Cancers, because your first message out was saying the cave that you fear the most has the most valuable treasures that you need inside it. And Spirit's doubling down on that message too. The biggest mistake that you could make this week is to not even try. Is to quit before you even got started. That would be a mistake. It says you have nothing to lose. This thing that you've been thinking about for a long time, just go for it. Better to have an oops than a what if. We are here to support you. Okay, so you are being divinely supported on this particular endeavor, right? It's like you know that you've got in you what it takes to succeed. You're just feeling really tired at the moment. You're feeling like you're lacking that inspiration to just get started, right? And again, it's understandable. Because do keep in mind, I can feel the heaviness of this. Like, honestly, Cancers, it feels like I need to go take a lie down for a couple of hours, right? You might not have been sleeping very well lately, which again is, you know, making you feel like you can't even get started. What is it Bruce Lee said? If you spend too long thinking about doing the thing, then you'll never get it done, right? You just got to grab it. Right, remember, it takes courage, pain and time to unlearn all of the shit that you've been taught. Yeah, so all of the negative ass shit that you've been taught about yourself, that's going to take time, effort and patience to unlearn it all, okay? And to start replacing all of that crap that you were taught about yourself. Start replacing that with beautiful, fresh, new, loving, helpful beliefs about yourself instead. But yeah, that is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that that reading has been helpful. If it was useful to you, then please do let me know by dropping a cheeky wee like on the video. That would be absolutely fantastic. For personal readings with me, my website is phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that is in my description box below. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.